Hello Taurus, it's Julia here with a reading for you. I'm sorry it's been such a while. I realise I haven't read for you in quite a few weeks actually. But today we are going to be doing a New Year reading. I think today it might be the 13th of December, I'm not entirely sure actually on the date, but it's Monday early evening here in the UK, and I'm going to do a New Year reading for you. I hope to do a New Year reading for all of the star signs over the next 2 or 3 weeks. So I thought I would start with you, Taurus, as it's been such a while. So I'm just clearing the energy here. So what I'm going to do today for you is I'm going to draw a couple of tarot cards. I'm going to draw a couple of oracle cards. One serious, one silly, just to have a look at the bigger picture energies for you. And then I'm going to lay some tarot cards, having a look at the past, which will be the last year, the present, the current time, your present state of mind, and then some cards for the future to see what's coming up for you over the next few months, what to be aware of really. And we're going to be focusing really on energies around what's worked for you and what you might need to leave behind. So what to kind of embrace within your life and take forward, and what you might like to leave behind because it no longer serves you or it's no longer working for you anymore. So we will start with one of my soul oracle cards. These are soul lessons and soul purpose oracle cards. I haven't had these cards out for quite a while, so I may well read from the book just so that I can give you the fullest possible message for the card. Otherwise it would be hard to do these cards justice, I think, really. There's such a lot of information within the book that I just wouldn't stand a chance really of messages that I wouldn't get for you. So I will have a little look at the book. So for Taurus, Spirit, please, some bigger picture energy for Taurus for their New Year reading for 2022. Let's hope it's a better year than the last couple of years, hey? So for Taurus, what would Spirit like to draw your attention to? What bigger picture energies do we have for Taurus? And we have here express your joy, which is lovely. And as I said, there's not a chance that I would be able to do that card justice without looking it up. So that's what I'm going to do. I think there's something like 70 cards within this oracle deck, so that's quite a lot of information to take on board really. So what have we got here? I'm going to read this to you. Oops. Your gentle spirit is radiating light and love to the world as you embrace the true meaning of who you are, a divine child of the universe. You're recuperating from the negative and unconscious energies of the 5 sensory world and accepting your divine birthright. It's igniting the fire of passion in your soul and placing joy in your heart. So your soul's purpose right now is to allow the divine inner child within you to take over and lead your life, to recapture the spirit of curiosity and play, and let your spontaneous self guide you. Your soul's lesson: see the world with fresh eyes, discover what's beautiful, entertaining, delightful and fun, and then go after it without restraint. You're being appointed to serve as a role model for the new millennium by demonstrating that suffering, and self-denial are not morally superior choices. Let the world feel your joy, for it's contagious and lifts all whom it touches. Wow, that's a fantastic card, isn't it, Taurus? That's a beautiful energy, and that's actually something that I think that all of us need to aspire to from now on. There's been such a lot of suffering, I guess, hasn't there, in the world in the last couple of years, all around the world. I mean, here in the UK, things are getting tougher again over COVID. All across Europe, there are protests, there's lockdowns, restrictions. That's just the COVID drama. That's without all of the other things that we all have to contend with in life, of which there are so many things. It would be difficult not to find your heart becoming heavy with some of these things, I have to say. So this is beautiful, beautiful advice. Let the world feel your joy. You are appointed to serve as a role model for the new millennium by demonstrating that suffering and self-denial are not morally superior choices. So this is about being true to yourself, going with your heart, having courage in your convictions, really doing what you need to do for you. I think that you're recuperating from the negative and unconscious energies of the five sensory world. I mean, I think that happens to a lot of all of us. We end up becoming hermits. We end up retreating from the chaos of the world. We end up retreating from all of the negative energies. And I suppose that can weigh heavy on us, can't it, over time, and it can take some of the joy of life away from us, the joy of other people. I don't know about you, Taurus, but for me it just feels that over the last couple of years, this feeling of us and them, this feeling of division, of us, these kind of polarised views of people's opinions, just seem to have got way out of hand, really. I think there's been a lot of distance between people, both physically and mentally and emotionally over the last couple of years, and it's been a very, very difficult time. So this is fantastic energy, actually, for my first New Year's reading. So this is lovely for you, Taurus. I do hope that this resonates and that this is something that actually has been on your mind, that you need to try and recapture some of your enthusiasm for life, your joy of life, your childlike ability to enjoy life. I think the word fear porn has been a big thing, hasn't it, over the last couple of years. We're just constantly we're just constantly being told to worry about things, and that's actually soul destroying, to be honest. So as we know, the incidence of mental health problems, of domestic violence, of drug and alcohol abuse, of child abuse, of poverty, unemployment, homelessness, all of these things have just skyrocketed, haven't they, over the last couple of years. All of these things have become bigger and bigger problems for everybody, really. I think those problems that I've just mentioned have probably touched all of us over the last couple of years in much more significant ways than COVID itself, actually. And I'm sorry if you know, these are obviously just my opinions, and I'm sorry if I'm talking to anybody here who has quite strong opinions and disagrees with me. But as I said, these are just my opinions, and yeah, so I've gone on enough. I shall get into your reading, Taurus. As I said, it's a general reading, it's not a personal reading, so either it will resonate or it won't. If it doesn't, you could have a look at one of my other readings for your moon or your rising sign, or perhaps even your Venus sign, and see if there's any inspiration for you there. So we have Express Your Joy, which is wonderful. And I'm also going to draw a little Rebel deck card for you, which if you've seen them in my readings before, you'll know that they're to the point. They don't pull any punches. There's often a lot of swear words, but I think they're fantastic. They just get straight to the heart of the matter. No messing around. So we shall see. What do we have for Taurus for 2021? Some bigger picture advice, something that Taurus needs to be aware of, please. And we have, ooh, well, no swear words, but to the point, as I said, to the point. Stop talking. Stop talking. Shut your mouth and listen. Well, I don't know about you, but for a lot of us, talking is expressing your joy, isn't it? The talking to other people is expressing your joy. But you're being called here to listen, Taurus. Perhaps this is not just listen to other people's talking. Perhaps this is listening to yourself, listening to the call of your soul, the call of your psyche to what you actually really need. Perhaps you've been ignoring a little voice inside recently. I think we all have a couple of little voices inside, don't we, that are often in conflict, often in opposition. I think it's often too easy just to ignore those little voices. Perhaps it's telling you to stop talking and to get out into the world and just sit and listen and absorb and take it in, to go and sit in nature, to listen to the wind, to listen to the birds, listen to the sound of the sea, listen to the vibrations of the earth. We can listen not only with our ears, we can listen with our hearts. So I think we could take that card on many different levels, couldn't we, hey? So for Taurus, Spirit, what does Taurus need to know going forward into 2022? Spirit, please. Okay, so we shall take this as your first card. So we're going to have 3 cards looking at the past year. We're going to have 3 cards looking at the present time, this present moment. And we're going to have 3 cards looking at the up and coming year for you in 2022. And I may or may not clarify those, we will see. So for the past, we've got the Knight of Wands here. So this is fire energy. This is Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. I nearly forgot that for a second. So yeah, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. This is full-on energy, isn't it? This is the ignition of passion. This is really being in the moment, this is. You know, we look at her there, she's just lost in the rhythm of the drumming, lost in the rhythm of life. There's full-on energy here in this card. Positive energy, creative energy, a spark, passion. We have the Fool, which is a new beginning, isn't it? This is Uranus, air energy. Uranus, air energy, sorry. This is new beginnings, new starts, new potential, going with the flow, giving yourself up to energies. In a similar kind of way, actually, to this. I would say that she's given herself up to the passion there. So there's a feeling of giving yourself up to something here, isn't there? And then we have Death. Wow. So this is Scorpio energy. This is water energy. This again is new beginnings, transformation, turning old into new. So very much a feeling here with your cards already for your past energies, at looking at what the last year has been like for you, Taurus, here, is we've possibly got the ending of something, but very definitely a new start, a new beginning of something, something that you feel passionate about, something that moves you, something that you're feeling, something that you've given yourself up to, I feel here very much. This is not something of the mind, this is something of the body, of your energy, of your spirit. Yeah. So moving into the present time, and we have the Strength card, which is Leo. This is lovely Leo fire energy here. This is mastery, strength and courage, endurance. Blimey, we're getting all the major arcana out here. We also have the Tower for your present time here. This is Mars energy, this is fire energy. So this is something sudden and perhaps unexpected, something that's shaken you, that's shaken the foundations of your life, something that may even have turned everything upside down. So we've got all major arcana here, haven't we, other than the Knight of Wands so far. We also have the High Priestess. Wow. So the High Priestess is moon energy, this is water energy. This is your intuition, your inner knowing. This is divine feminine energy. I'm going to carry on laying cards and then I will have another go at interpreting them, Taurus. So moving into the future, good God, you did see me shuffle these cards. We now have Temperance. Temperance energy is Sagittarius. This is fire energy. This is the balancing and blending and moderating of energies. We have Judgment. I think we're going to have every major arcana card out here. This is quite staggering, isn't it? So we have Judgment here. This is Pluto energy. This is fire energy. Wow, this is rebirth, isn't it? This is rebirth again. Hugely karmic cards we've got here, Taurus, haven't we? Hugely karmic cards. And your last one with this deck, we have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is water energy. This is Scorpio, Pisces or Cancer. This is kind of mature, emotional awareness, I guess. Sort of being in the flow, but not being affected by it, perhaps emotionally. What have we got at the bottom of the deck? Another major arcana. We've got the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is Taurus. This is you. Finally, you're at the bottom of the deck, which for me is what's potentially hidden or not known about a situation. So have you forgotten yourself recently, Taurus? Has life been so wrapped up in everyone else and everything else that you've forgotten yourself? Obviously the Hierophant can also represent a kind of spiritual teacher, somebody that may have come into your life to support you or help you or direct you. Wow. Do you know, I don't know how to read all of these cards, particularly as I've only got 2 cards here that are not major arcana, and that is the Knight of Wands and the King of Cups. All the rest of it is major arcana, which is very karmic. We've got nothing of the day-to-day here. We've got very little here that is actually kind of... Well, we've got nothing here that's earth other than the Hierophant. I think we've only got 1 card here that is air. We've got mostly fire energy here. We've got a lot of water energy. Big changes, Taurus, for you. Big changes. Lots and lots of it feels like tests and trials in your life. It's like you've been on a major sort of journey of one kind or another here, Taurus, of finding yourself, I think, actually. As I said, with, you know, the Hierophant card here is the card that's at the bottom of the deck. This is you. This is you hidden. I think these cards here are your journey to self. I think that you've been trying to find yourself. You've been trying to find something within yourself that is authentic to you, that means something to you. I think you've been trying to find meaning in your life. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to clarify all of these cards. I'm going to clarify all of them and hope that I actually get some different energies here that helps me to clarify and come up with some more messages for you here. There's a lot of very inward looking energy here, is what I'm seeing and feeling. You know, the Fool here, she's lost to her new beginning. The High Priestess is obviously looking inwards. The Judgment card here is about a kind of Judgment is a kind of reflective process, I guess, and the King of Cups is definitely looking inwards. I think there's been a big focus, and there will continue to be a big focus actually here, Taurus, on inner work for you. So Spirit, if we could clarify these cards please for Taurus. Why is the Knight of Wands here? And we have the Knight of Pentacles. So knights are messengers, aren't they? Knights are about movement, they're messengers. They're taking us from one place to another. So perhaps over this last year there's been sort of sporadic bursts of activity, bursts of passion, balanced by a more sort of a slower, steadier approach here. This is obviously earth energy, so this is you, this is Taurus, Capricorn or Virgo. Why is the Fool here? Wow. And we now have the Devil, which is Capricorn. This is more earth energy. I think you've needed to have a new beginning, haven't you? Because I think there's been a lot of old patterns. There's been a lot of behaviours that I think that you've realised just recently are not serving you any longer. I did say, didn't I, that I wanted this reading to be about what to embrace and what to take forward and what to kind of reject about yourself and your life and what to leave behind. And I think as we've got the Fool here with their new start, I think what we're very definitely being shown here to leave behind is more troublesome patterns in your life. Maybe some relationship issues that you've had with people in your life, dependencies, addictions, and addictions, as we know, can take many forms. We can be addicted to a certain emotional state. It doesn't have to be a substance or a thing or a person. It can be something within ourselves. So take this reading however it resonates for you, Taurus. Why is Death here? We've got the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is Aries. It's yet more fire energy. So, I mean, I always think with the Three of Wands, this is kind of waiting. This is almost like waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for things to get better. You've been waiting for things to change for you, haven't you? Why is Strength here? We have the Knight of Wands again, yet more fire energy, more charging ahead. To go with Strength, so this is now moving into the present. So I would say at this current time, Taurus, actually, that you are in a good, strong place. Energetically, mentally, physically. It feels like you're actually in a good place at this time. Why is the Tower here? So something's happened, hasn't it, recently? Something has happened that has kind of, and I would say very recently, something has happened that has kind of knocked you a bit. Something's knocked you again. Something's caused. It's like you've started to come out of your shell and something has happened just recently that's put you back in it again. Why is the High Priestess here? Beautiful sun energy, positivity, growth, motivation, drive, growth. I think that this growth for you, this positivity for you, is coming from your own self. This is not coming from outside of yourself. This is coming from within. This is coming from the things that you are exploring and finding out about yourself here, Taurus. Why is Temperance here? We have the Queen of Cups. I think there's very much been a need to balance your emotional state. You know, the Queen of Cups, while she's, when she's in her light attributes, can be beautifully warm and compassionate and a giver, you know, somebody very caring and loyal. But in her darker attributes, she can be somebody a little bit unstable in her emotions. She can go from one extreme to another, I guess. And I suppose that's what it's tying in with Temperance here, because Temperance is really about the balancing and the blending and the moderating of different energies, of different extremes. So I feel that that's what's needed as we go into the future. Because and that does fit, doesn't it? Because what I was saying, yeah, see, I'm getting little messages here. I'm getting little feelings here. I can feel within myself this sort of energy of back and forth, of bursts of passion and activity and drive and enthusiasm. But then you quite easily, I think, being sort of knocked out of that positive place and knocked back into yourself, back into a more reflective and I want to say brooding kind of place. I always hate to say about this card, sort of feeling sorry for yourself, but sometimes there's no other way to describe this energy, really. And the Queen of Cups is quite capable of feeling quite sorry for herself, of being too introspective. So I think as we're going into the future, that's what's shouting out at me here, I guess. Why is Judgment here? You have the Emperor. Wow. So this is Aries. This is fire energy. This is divine masculine. This is powerful leadership, being in control, being wise, being fair. Is this who you are trying to become here, Taurus? Are these qualities within yourself that you would like to see more of? I don't get the feeling that the Emperor is a big talker. I feel that he perhaps only says what's necessary, that he carefully considers his words, that he makes sure that his words have maximum input, have maximum impact on people. Fair but wise. I should imagine that he listens well, the Emperor as well, that he carefully considers his decisions. I'm not quite sure how that resonates really, but it was just making me think about this here. Stop talking, shut your mouth and listen. That almost feels like that's something that the Emperor could say, or that's a kind of energy that the Emperor might embody within himself. Certainly a very different energy moving into the future than the Queen of Cups. The King of Cups here actually is another person who would do a great deal of listening. So why is the King of Cups here? And we have the Five of Wands. Sorry, can you hear that? That's my cat. My cat is asleep on the sofa and he's twitching and making funny noises in his little dream, bless him. It's not me, it's not my stomach, that was the cat. So yeah, the Five of Wands, this is Leo energy. Again, we've got a lot of fire energy here, haven't we? We've got a lot of Aries and a lot of Leo here. So this is a kind of conflict, isn't it? This is too much activity, people pulling in different directions. A bit chaotic, really, isn't it? It's like if they all just stopped and shut up and sort of got themselves in a more ordered fashion, they would succeed at their task much quicker. This is about being collaborative, it's teamwork, isn't it? What we got at the bottom of the deck here? We've got the King of Cups again. So we've got the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, and we also have the King of Cups, both quite wise and learned masculine energies, I would say. Both quite restrained, certainly not overly talkative, not overly emotional. Quite wise energies. So let's see if I can just sum this up for you here, Taurus, because I realise I've been talking for quite a while. This is quite a big reading, as it's for your year end, your 2022. So looking at the past, as I said, I feel that there's been some kind of sporadic effort at progress, at moving somewhere, at making something happen, perhaps big bursts of energy and passion balanced with a more slower and steadier approach. There's new beginnings here. There's leaving old patterns and old cycles of behaviour behind. There's waiting. There's a feeling of waiting here for something new to begin, or for something to happen. For something to happen in your life, for something to take off. This may be a business venture, this may be something at work. I have to say, I'm not getting any real major sort of romantic vibes here, or relationship vibes, Taurus. This reading does feel very much about you and your life and what you want and where you're going. And as I said, as we move into the present, something has happened recently. Something has happened recently that has caused you to doubt yourself again. I think, as in all things, sometimes there's one step forward and two steps back, and I think I'm seeing a little bit of that here with the progress that you're making. Is that it feels like sometimes you're rushing, sometimes you're trying to do too much, and maybe you wear yourself out. Maybe you just wear yourself out. But something has definitely happened recently, hasn't it? Something has caused you to doubt, to question yourself, to go back inwards again. There's this, with all of your cards here, there's this constant sort of looking inwards and coming back out into the world again, looking inwards and then trying again in the world, trying again to make something happen, trying again to make progress with something. I feel that you're your emotional state as we're moving into the future has perhaps been causing you some problems and needs some attention. I think there needs to be some work on being in the moment, being present, being a little bit more balanced in your moods, in your mental state, in your energy. I think perhaps you're being encouraged here, as we've had the King of Cups. We've had the King of Cups twice, we've had the Emperor, and we've had the Hierophant. These are all very, very strong masculine energies, and they're all very, very kind of calm, mature, wise, and kind of unemotional energies, aren't they? And I think, really, I mean, I'm certainly not saying for a minute that you need to be unemotional, because that would be awful. But I think that your emotional state needs tempering. It needs some balance. Yeah, I mean, we've got the devil in your past here, haven't we? We've got, as I said, kind of toxic, limiting, binding energies, things that keep you tied to people, tied to places, tied to situations, tied to old patterns of behaviour that don't serve you anymore. And I see progress here. I see progress out of that. I see movement towards a less to being less limited, less ruled by this energy, by the there's a word that keeps wanting to come to me, but it's like it's on the tip of my tongue and I can't quite get there. Yeah. As I said, there's definitely something here with this stop talking, shut your mouth and listen. That ties in very strongly to the Emperor, the Hierophant, and we've got the King of Cups here twice. We've also got the High Priestess. These are all energies that would not let their mouths run away with them, if you know what I mean. Would not allow their emotional state to be affected by other people, would not allow their own progress and their own movement through life to be affected by other people. These are all energies that stand firm and solid within their own energy. So yeah, if I could give you any advice for the year ahead, Taurus, it would be to deal with whatever this is, whatever it is that we've seen here with the devil, with the Knight of Wands, with this kind of sporadic bursts of energy followed by bursts, or followed by introspection and possibly even depression, mental health problems, addictions, self-limiting behaviours. You're quite capable of achieving whatever it is that you want to achieve here, Taurus. I think you just need to become a bit more grounded and detached within yourself, to not let other people's energy pull you down, to somehow be able to rise above this kind of chaotic nature of life, Because that's what I feel here with the Five of Swords. This is sort of, or the Five of Wands, this is letting other people get you down. This is letting other people prevent you from achieving your goals. And that resonates. There was something here, wasn't there, with your Express Your Joy card. You're being appointed to serve as a role model, demonstrating that suffering and self-denial are not morally superior choices. Yeah. And you're recuperating from the negative and unconscious energies of the five sensory world and accepting your divine birthright. It's igniting the fire of passion in your soul and placing joy in your heart. And see, we've got a lot of igniting of passion here. We've got the Sun, we've got the Knight of Wands twice. I'm sure the Emperor is quite capable of igniting passions. I think you have been trying. I think that is within you. I think you are feeling that, but I think that you're also being sucked down and kind of like sucked dry, if you like, by the energy of other people. You're being prevented from moving forward by the energy of other people. So, yeah, my advice going forward would be to be authentic to yourself, to listen to yourself, to listen to your intuition, to try to be a little bit more detached from the energy of other people, and to try and perhaps be a little bit more consistent in your effort in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in life at the moment, Taurus. So yeah, blimey, I think I've been talking for about 45 minutes now. That's quite a heavy reading, Taurus. So many major arcana cards here. This is lots of karmic energy. This is lots of big changes happening within you, I think, actually. Big lessons here of self-growth, about finding out who you are, about what you want and where you're going. And I think looking at these cards, you're definitely going to get there. So I hope that you enjoyed that, Taurus, and I hope that that resonated on some level for some of you. And if you haven't done so already and you like my style of reading, please do subscribe. That really helps my channel. Give me a thumbs up. That really helps. And otherwise, I shall see you in the new year. So have a lovely Christmas. Have a wonderful, happy and healthy new year. And I shall see you soon. Thank you.